welcome to the channel, welcome to the carport. Job today, we're going to do some DIY in the house and I need to make a radiator cover. I tried to find one similar size that I could cut down, just wasn't happening, so I decided to make one. So I'm going to quick sketch of what we need. It's going to be basic radiator cover with a mesh to cover the radiator itself. Got all my dimensions. To keep it cheap, I'm going to make it out of MDF. Popped down to B&Q last night. Got a 1220 by 600 12mm thick MDF sheet, and I had them cut it down for me to 100mm strips as best as they can. They can only do so many, and that's it. So hopefully most of this is going to be a case of getting the chop saw out, chopping through all these, getting to size, and nailing and screwing the whole thing together, and then giving it a good paint. The only panel I do need to cut myself under here is going to be the top piece, because they couldn't cut it down to 125mm thick. So not sure what we're going to do with that yet. I'll probably use a saw rather than table saw. May have a dabble with routing the opening and the bottom a little bit. I'm going to use an offcut, get the router table out, give it a go and see how this MDF holds up to being routed. If it looks okay, we'll do that as well, and then get it painted up into the bathroom where it's going. So first job is break out the tools, get a chop saw, get this cut down to size. Okay, so for the first cut, done a mark 800mm. There's about 420 left over, which will do for the bars top and bottom. You might have noticed I've clamped it both ends. Some scrap pieces of wood. That's to try and see if I can cut through all four in one hit. All nice and square and all the same length. So let's get this sorted. Good. Okay, so the main bits are cut. We've got the four bits here which will form the frame. They'll go together sort of like this on either side of it. We've got some chucks to the back that will hold the front two panels. That's sort of like that. So that together. Next job is I fire up the compressor. What we're going to do is get these angles done, and then we can then add these to it as well and build the frame out. So let's go. Okay, not lying to you, my glue's not the best. I'm going to have to use a stick to get some out of it, so bear with me. That's two of them done. Right, let's get the pieces in the middle. I'll change the camera angle so you can get a better view of how I'm going to attach those bits in. Okay, got this sort of lowered up here. You see the clamps having formed. These are basically going to go here to screw this in. I'm going to put some glue on the back of this and get some screws in there to hold it all. Okay, here's we are so far. It's all together. Obviously glued. I've had to put a load more nails in. You see a couple pop into it. I'll pull those out in a minute and do some filler. That's it. I'm decided not to router it. I don't think this MDF is going to hold up too well. It's fallen off a couple of times and I've got a couple of scuffs which I'll fill and clean up. Right, need to make the top now. And I've got this piece left over to do it. So need to measure this out, get a handsaw out and cut that up. And then I can size, oops, not there. And then I can size the mesh, which I've got here. This mesh to go behind it. Oh, we're getting there. Right, let's get the top sized up and cut. Okay, measured up. Okay, big stage one sorted. That's all together. I'm not going to route the sides. I said before, I don't think this MDF is going to take it very well. So what I'm going to do now is just clean it all up a little bit, get a sander on it, get some filler on these nail holes. There's a loader on the top. When I did the top, I missed the main frame a lot. So I've just come back around and done those again. And cut the mesh out for the back. That needs painting gold and this needs painting blue. So next job is going to be to do some filling on this and then get some sanding done. Probably get a coat or two of paint on it today. Okay, the scene we moved back into the workshop is getting dark outside, as you can see out the window. It's had 3 coats of blue. It's pretty much dry. The amount of touch-up spot. I'm conscious I want to try and get this thing lacquered tonight, so I can free up some space in here. So next job, the grill. Got the grill. This was a aluminium grill from B&Q, about 30 quid I think it was. It wasn't cheap. I've used about half of it. I've trimmed it and painted it gold. I've trimmed it to size so it can fit in between the chucks. The other thing that needs to go on it is I've made it a little bit high. Is the way I'm going to attach it to the wall, or rather not, is the radiator sits really tight against the tiles. I don't want to be drilling more holes in the tiles to hold it back. The walls aren't straight in our house, never is the floor. So I've got this, which I'm going to attach to the top, so that when you drop it on top of the radiator, these will push behind it. I mean, literally there's 5mm between the radiator and the wall. And then I can bend these and it should pull the radiator cover against the wall. Hopefully, hopefully a simple solution. Before I can put this in, I need to put the mesh in. Now what I've done is I've got some washers and some very tiny screws, just so I can put those through. See that? And we'll just go around it all. I'll do a time lapse on that. I think don't think it's that interesting watching me put a grill in the front of this. But I'll add it on, and then I'll add that on, and it's done. Other than I'm going to give it a clear coat of lacquer, just car lacquer. It's going in a bathroom. I just want to try and protect it. It's not going to be there for years and years. I know it's MDF in a damp environment, but just to try and protect the paint because the paint isn't gloss. So that'll be the next thing to do. So let's get the grill added and get this on. So there it is, all finished. It's still a lacquer coat. It might have not still got changed because it's been drying for a few hours. We've had 3 coats of paint, a lacquer coat, and again we've just had the grill put in there now. I might have to shoot some video of it close up. You'll notice that it's got an overhang on this side, but not that side. But it fits tight up against the wall. There's a limited amount of room around this radiator between the wall and the doorway. So I'll probably put a picture up somewhere up here of it in place. But quite literally a 1-day build. It's done quite well. I'm quite impressed with how it's gone and how quick and easy it's gone. So yeah, radiator cover build. Didn't cost that much. The timber was 16 quid. I've got some left over. The grating was, I think that was 30 quid. Again, I've got about half of it left over as well. So we'll call it 30 quid, 35 quid, plus the paint which we already have for doing the ceiling anyway. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed me throwing this together. Well, yeah, thanks for watching. And I'll say we'll probably have a picture up here now of it in place. Cheers.